All right, guys, so about 2 weeks ago, we went over to Magnaflow. Now, I waited to post this for you guys because I wanted to make sure this project was gonna go through. We're gonna continue it before I just posted something about it. So, again, this was about 2 weeks ago before we did all the work to the garage and everything. And it's pretty exciting because it's working with a big company like Magnaflow to create something is, I don't know, I'm stoked to be able to have this opportunity. So, anyway, let's get into it. Today's pretty exciting. We're actually bringing the car to Magnaflow. Now, I'll talk a little bit more about this project as it goes on, but long story short, they're putting on an exhaust today. E85 startup. All right, let's get it. So Magnaflow has a shop in Oceanside, and it's about 15 minutes from here. But basically, I would go there, kind of introduce myself. They basically hit me up to try to test out some new E92 M3 exhaust. Now, we're not putting that new exhaust that I'm talking about right now on. What we're going to basically be doing is putting on the old exhaust, so the old Magnaflow exhaust that they designed for the E92 M3, and then actually modifying it depending on my feedback. I do have a feeling that I'm gonna not like the deeper tones that a Magnaflow provides, because this car is not a deep, it's not a car you want a deep exhaust with. So I have a feeling I'm gonna want a more high-pitched sound and something that matches more the BMW M3, you know, especially the E92. That being said, I'm still excited to see what they got here. Alright, so we're here.
Seriously.
We got Ryan grab some quick shots before we go in. This is his first time using the camera right now. He's actually never used a camera before. So, if the footage looks terrible, that's why.
There, we'll head to the tech center, introduce you to the guys, and then give you kind of a little tour of the tech center.
Cool.
We'll put the bad boy up on a lift and we'll get to it.
All right, sounds good.
So yeah, so this is Magnaflow HQ.
Normal temperature. And who are you guys with?
They're with me. Okay, so
Normal temperature.
I can put both names in the box.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. It's a pretty cool place. I mean, this place is massive. 3 floors, like he mentioned. They got like executives on the top floor. They got he's involved in social media and pretty much manages it for them. And now we're headed over to the tech center to get this thing on the lift, put the exhaust on, and I'm gonna test it out, tell them what I don't like, what I do like, what kind of things we can, you know, basically make better, and we're gonna go from there. So this is only the first part of it. There will be multiple parts to this entire series, so to speak. Cool place. So this is like this is the tech center. So we're gonna go ahead and put everything on. It's pretty much as simple as that.
pick your brain. What do you want out of it? Sound, tone. What don't you like about the system? What you do like? Yeah, you'll go test it, do your thing, and then get the real feedback.
Cool. Sounds good.
How big the system and what we're doing. We'll put it on here, and we'll put the scanners, and obviously you see the blue light.
Yeah.
Blue light's just for contrast, and it'll pretty much come out with a digital picture of the full exhaust.
So just 3D scans it? That's cool. Safety first. It's like a candy store of exhaust tips.
Exactly.
So this is all the build to order stuff right here?
So any order that comes in for, say, Mustang, Supra, Charger, Challenger, 300, that we have an XMod system, it's being built here, it's being looked over here, and we can really get down to the nitty-gritty of what we're building.
Pretty crazy place. I mean, you can see just how much time they spend on an exhaust system to make sure it fits right, to make sure it sounds right. I mean, it's cool even over there, like the tips and everything, to see like all of them laid out, a ton of different style tips. And when you think about an exhaust, a lot of times you think a lot more simple things. and you can just see just how many things they can really do, is what I was trying to say. So step one right now is to get the actual car in the lift, get them taking off my current exhaust, putting the new one on.
From cats all the way through here is our already made system that a lot of people like already. But what we did is we want to take it to another level.
Gotcha.
And we did almost kind of like what we call is our soon-to-be X-Mod, is using our no drone technology, which is extra chambers to kind of take away from that jump.
Oh crap, that's
Yeah.
crazy, okay. Right now they're doing axle back just because of the test pipes and different parts. They need to specifically make stuff that's gonna fit the right way. In order to do that, they're going to need, basically on the second batch, we're gonna do more than just axle back. So for now we're doing axle back, and then we're kind of going off that based on my feedback. They're doing some modifications to the brackets right now to make sure that it fits right. Because of the Vorce Center diffuser, that diffuser sits down about a quarter of an inch or so. Just to make sure it actually fits right once it's in. The tips aren't way back in, way too high, way too low, anything like that. Got to make some modifications to the bracket. So they basically made the holes bigger on the bracket. Still trying to work out the details of how to get that to fit right with the diffuser. This is one thing about anything, like if you were to just buy a kit off the shelf, odds are you're gonna get it, and if your car has a bunch of aftermarket stuff on it, it's not gonna fit right. So kind of always modification when it comes to cars. And if you've bought enough aftermarket parts, you probably already know this. Way better. All right, we're about to start it right now, so let's see how it sounds. It's definitely a little bit louder. Sounds good. Once I drive it, I can will tell. Yeah. So initial impressions right now. It feels a little bit louder. I haven't been able to tell too much. I do feel like there's gonna be a little bit of drone right now, just based on what I heard. It's definitely a deeper tone. Yeah, it's definitely a deeper tone. But I'm gonna have to do some more testing before I see what things I do and don't like. So we're gonna get some driving clips in, and then we'll get back to you guys for the actual testing and kind of producing the custom exhaust. So as far as this exhaust goes, I got a couple thoughts about it. I think overall it doesn't sound as good as the M Performance exhaust, like I already had expected. And driving it, it's missing something. Like it almost sounds like, instead of having this like open sound that the M Performance exhaust has, it sounds a little more like it's more muffled. It has more bass for sure. But I feel like someone almost took all the treble out of it, so. It's lacking that sound that I love from the M Performance exhaust. M Performance exhaust sounds like the car screaming, and it has just a very unique element to it that I feel like with the kit exhaust we installed in the Magnaflow, that it kind of lost some of that. Now it still sounds like an E92 M3, of course, but it's missing that little thing. I'm also noticing a little bit of drone around, I think around 2,700 RPM, 3,000 RPM, somewhere around there. I'm noticing when I'm on the freeway, I got a pretty heavy amount of drone. So that's something I'd, like to fix. They don't sound as crisp. As far as the tips, these are 3-inch tips versus the 2.5 that are on the M Performance exhaust. And I'm not sure how I feel yet. I mean, I do like the bigger tip look, but I also feel like the smaller tip of the M Performance exhaust kind of fit the car a little better. But as soon as I saw 3-inch, I was like, okay, that looks really good too. There's also just a different styling between the two tips right now. But that's also something when we go back to put the actual custom exhaust on, that's gonna be a full exhaust. This one was only axle back. So, and this one had just had the stock tips that were on there. We're gonna be able to have a choice of tips. So we can go carbon tips, we can go polished tips, we can go, there's literally, like you guys saw, they have literally like a box full of tips, and really anything that I wanna put on, we can just go ahead and, we can go ahead and do. Anyways, guys, I'll check in with you more once we get that next part of this. But I mean, it's exciting. I'm excited for anyone that's got an E92 M3 too. If we can create something here that they actually go to production with, it's gonna be pretty cool for you guys as well. All right, catch you guys next video. Later.